I got them too tight to start, and we just got it loose, a little bit loose after that start again. Too wound up, um, learned some things, and I thought after halftime that third quarter was about as responsive as I've seen our team. And it was them talking to each other. It was a few coaching things here and there, the transition to the zone, the kind of moving, the ball around, moving Talia to some different spots. And then, she kind of goes scorched earth there in the third quarter. And to see her team rally around that and start, calling plays that I wasn't even calling, trying to get her the ball. That's the stuff that I'm really proud of, because it could have gone a lot of different ways. So. Yeah. Yeah. Recognizing that, and then that improved our defense too. That was not, I don't think it's coincidence that was our best defensive quarter as well. We are very offensive sensitive, but that can also be a positive when you get going and you're making shots. To beat them on the rebounds, 44-41. The thing I thought the biggest difference was they had 10 steals in the first half. Not just us having turnovers, but they were just like taking it from us and going down. And I'm glad we weren't at Auburn. I'd have gotten sick of the fight song, because it was just layup city there for a while. So I thought we cleaned that up, and that was a toughness thing. And they were talking about it. We've got to be the aggressor and got to be a little tougher. And I thought that was big. Emory Ellis coming in and giving us a plus 12 in 8 minutes, and Merriam and Saylor's foul trouble. Carly Johnson played 4 positions tonight. Those 18 minutes when we're in foul trouble, really valuable. But, with the leadership of our Merriam double-double, played through foul trouble. I never took her out one time because of fouls. Took her out just to rest her a little bit. But, we've had one possession games with Auburn the last 3 games we've played. So we got up 15, and I thought, man, if we could just find a way to get it over 20, but we never could. And then they came roaring back. I got us a little bit passive. I started trying to do too much math on how many possessions were left in the game, and we got a little passive, and they got hot. But was proud of our effort to come up with a stop there at the end. I felt like they were going to try to get something going to the rim. I just felt like the way it had been going in the fourth quarter, we put Merriam on the ball. They kind of decided that, and talking with Coach Todd over there a little bit, and I thought that made a difference on the pass. We had the opportunity there to get a rebound, and we didn't come up with a big one, and we could have folded, but we came back and really contested Taylon's tip there. Was it Taylon at the buzzer? But we felt like there was going to be a lob or a quick curl for Scott Grace, and Mac did a good job. They kind of what we call pro switch. Mac and Sam did a good job on that, and we're fortunate that maybe she missed it. I haven't seen how close it was. I just was relieved I heard that horn go off.
Mac let out a big. I asked her how tough it is to guard honesty. She's got a lot of respect. What do you think about her?
Oh, she's phenomenal. And has continued to improve. I think Johnny's done an unbelievable job with her in her time there, getting her to that confidence level that she's at. Max guarded some of the best perimeter players in this league, and for her to say that's an ultimate compliment. The fact that she's shooting the 3 so well now just makes her. I mean, we all know she's a pro. It's just a matter of what level. But I'll be glad to see that kid graduate. That's for sure. Mac will be too. Yeah. I thought all the boxes that we hoped to check got checked. Like the things that they brought up all got checked. The things we talked about all got checked. We had a dinner, a team meal last night, and just to see them, you could tell we were going to be better. And I go back now, and I wonder if we could have done something prior to the Alabama game, or if that was what we needed so that it doesn't happen again. I don't know. But it took a lot out of us tonight to make a comeback when we could have been we could have been dead in the water again, and we could have reverted back to some of those things. So I really liked their response. Yeah, it was a game that we knew we were playing against somebody that was going to be around us in the standings at the end. We had last game was halfway through the conference, so I brought the board out. I only do it like one time a year. Brought the board out, showed everybody where we were at and the games we had left. At this point in time, we're still too early. There's still too many things happening around the league, but I do know this: if we can just keep stacking wins, then my goal is for somebody in this room to not have to have ammunition going into that. She can't talk about us there anyway, but I just want it to be a no-brainer. I don't want there to have to be, all these great stories that we try to convince people. I want us to be good enough, and I think that we are. If we can continue to, the timing of Talia's injury combined with the timing of Saylor's injury and the timing of Carly's injury, Keats's injury, we could have gone in the tank. We really could have. We could have made a bunch of excuses through that, and this group just never has. So now that we're starting to get everybody back healthy, Saylor's 2 weeks into her plan, and she feels better than she's felt. Talia obviously is as close back to 100% as she can be. And then we'll get Keats back sooner than we hoped. I think her surgery went well, and hopefully we'll be full strength down the stretch. Yeah. I think so. And getting the right people up there, getting it in the right people's hands. I do think our group has a good focus when they get to the foul line. It helps when your bigs are good free throw shooters. Miriam, I'm surprised every time Miriam misses her shot is so pretty. It's those big hands and that follow through and that release. So, that's the difference of the game. You look at it and, they go 13 for 24 and we're 19 for 27. Mac will be mad a little bit, but I don't think she'll. And the first two were my fault. First two were my fault that she missed because she likes to have somebody up on the free throw line with her. And I knew that and I forgot it. And then the last two, those were on her because I put them up there. But I don't think, she made up for it. She said, I got us. And she did. Yeah. It's always a great game when we do our pink game and see India's family here. I got to talk to her mom and her dad. Her sister's wearing her jersey, but for not just India, but for all the fighters and survivors, this is one we have a lot of fun with and honoring. What did we end up with? 4,400. Boy, it was a loud 4,400. And at a 5:00 game, just continued to appreciate our fans and our community. There's lots of things you could be doing, and we appreciate them coming out. Our kids noticed too. It wasn't something we really talked about. We talked about getting the pace going. I just felt like, some of the shots we were having to take, they got us deep in the shot clock because we were perfectly content just to walk the ball up the floor and pick it up and hold it. And we talked about it. And as a coach, it makes you feel bad because when you talk about something and it doesn't get done, it makes you a bad coach. If you stand up and say, I just told y'all, like the first play of the game, we turn it over. And, you say, well, I warned y'all. That makes I didn't have them prepared if I say that. So I was glad that we made the adjustments, but there was never a talk about, hey, we got to get Talia touches right off the bat. But when she makes one or two, then I don't have to say a word. Like it just finds her. And that's what I want her to learn is that just be patient. Over the course of the game, the ball's going to continue to find you. It doesn't matter where you line up. It doesn't matter whether you start with it in your hands. We've got a veteran team that can recognize when somebody's, in the zone or heating up. As what was that old video game, NBA Jam? She's heating up. I kept hearing that in the back of my head every time she'd make one. But we did not do anything. I didn't have a coach come to me and say, hey, we got it. None of that. It just kind of organically happened. And then obviously once it gets going, you make a few play calls to get her, but there wasn't anything talked about.
Yeah. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
drove it in there. Very, yeah, very, especially late. You know, she hit the game, made the game winning decision, passing it to Merriam the other time. You know, and to me, the longer the game goes along, I wish we had Sam's stats broken down to first quarter, second quarter, fourth quarter, last 4 minutes, whatever. Because she wants it in her hands. Mac's a kid that wants it to come to her late. She doesn't necessarily want to be the first option, but Sam's okay with that. She's got broad shoulders, and she's willing to know that it is in her hands. 5 assists, 2 turnovers today against the team that tried to take it from us every single time. It was really good, but very confident. We, cleared one side out for her and thought she got a great matchup, and that and one was big. All right. Thank y'all.